We will begin shortly. This parent night is going to be on being a successful learning coach. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. So if we have anybody join us after we've begun, this is going to be recorded, so they can join us whenever they get here. So once again, welcome to Parent Night at Virtual Prep Academy of Florida. We are so glad that you're here with us this school year, and we are excited to get started for this Parent Night tonight on being a successful learning coach. All right, so we have some goals for our parent night tonight. So we are going to start with an introduction. Then we are going to talk about the role of a learning coach, some attendance tips, coaches corner and success plans, conferences, office hours, VPA of Florida team, upcoming events, and the Parent Advisory Council. All right, so before we begin with all of that information we're going to share with you, we want to get to know you and your family a little bit better. So we're going to start off with a game of Kahoot. So either on your device that you're on right now, you can go to kahoot.it on a separate tab, or you can use a mobile device or any device of your choice. Once you go to kahoot.it, it is going to ask you to type in a game pin, which I'm going to provide to you in just a second, and then it will ask you to enter your name. Once you enter your name, it'll pop up on my screen, and I will see that you are into our game. So go ahead and start getting into kahoot.it, and then the game pin is going to come up here in just a moment. All right, so there it is. It's 389-4979. So once you type in your name, it will pop up on my screen here, and you'll be able to see that you are in. I'm going to give it about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to begin. Don't worry if you don't get in before I start. Whenever we do start, the game pin will stay at the bottom of my screen, so you can still join us whenever you get to it. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. It's only 5 questions, so it's really short, just to get to know you all and your family a little bit better. All right, the first question is, are you a new or returning family to VPA of Florida? So you'll click the red one for new and blue for returning. Awesome, so we have 18 new families and 3 returning families. Welcome all you new people, and welcome back all of our returning people. All right, the next question is, what grade is your student in? Red would be K through 2, blue is 3rd through 5th, orange is 6th through 8, and green is 9th and 10th. All right, so we have 2 that are with kindergarten through 2nd, 2 3rd through 5th, 11 6th through 8, and 4 9th and 10th. Awesome. Welcome, everybody. The next question is, where are you located in the state of Florida? So to the best of your abilities, north, east, south, or west. Those were the only 4 options I had. I couldn't do northeast, southwest, things like that. So just which one's the closest for you? Awesome. So we have 4 up north, Florida, 1 east, 6 south, and 5 west. Awesome. So we are very widespread across our state. All right, the next question is, what motivates your student? Red is getting good grades, blue, rewards and recognition, orange, sports, or green, other. All right, so we had 5 said getting good grades, 11 said rewards and recognition, 1 said sports, and 5 said other. Awesome. All right, the last question is, what are you looking forward to this school year? Red is navigating the school year on a virtual setting. Blue is meeting new people. Orange is attending school events. And green is other. All right, so we had 14 say navigating the school year on a virtual setting. 1 said meeting new people. 3 said attending school events, and 4 said other. And we as a team here at VPA Florida are super excited for all of those things and to experience all of these with you. All right, that was our last question. Thank you for participating. We are going to move right back along to our presentation, and we're going to get started. So here's a welcome from our VPA of Florida administration team. Miss Brenda Santiago is our head of school. Is Miss Santiago here? Would she like to say hello?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to all of our parents who are joining us this evening. The Wonderful Success team has put together a wonderful presentation for you. We're really excited and we're looking forward to helping you be the best learning coach that you can be.
Thank you so much, Ms. Santiago. Dr. Melissa Stokey Larson is our principal, and Dr. Amber Pennington is our assistant principal. All right, we have our student success coordinator and school counselors also here with us today. Ms. Betty Ammon is our student success coordinator.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're so happy you're here with us.
Ms. Kelly Bull is our kindergarten through 5th grade school counselor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm amazed. 40 participants. This is awesome. Good evening. Welcome.
And Ms. Gladney is our 6th through 10th grade school counselor.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here.
All right, you also have your student success coaches here with you today. Miss Mariana Suarez is our kindergarten through 5th grade success coach.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
I am Mrs. Dandrew, your 6th through 8th grade success coach, and Miss Daniela Nunez is your 9th and 10th grade success coach.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to VPA. We're so happy you're here today.
All right, and Miss Nunez is actually going to talk to you all about who is a learning coach.
All right, so a learning coach is a parent or guardian or any adult who the parent or guardian establishes as a learning coach. So when you establish your learning coach at home, you just want to make sure that it's someone that is available to assist your student at home. And it can be, it could be grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, anyone who you establish as the learning coach at home. Sorry. The learning coach is crucial for student success. And then we're going to talk about some responsibilities that you have as a learning coach at home. So number one, just ensuring that your student attends and participates in all live class sessions. Make certain that students are completing required assignments daily and submitting their assignments on time. And then also ensuring that students take advantage of all resources available to them to succeed in school. So the role of a learning coach, there are many different roles, to have as a learning coach at home. First is to communicate with teachers when a concern or a need presents itself at home. So building that communication between teachers and our student success team is very important. We do always ensure, we want to ensure that we're all working together towards student success. And so we want to make sure that you are building that communication from home to our school staff. Make sure that you check Canvas announcements and respond to emails within 24 business hours. So we are also required to, respond to emails within 24 business hours. And this just allows for the communication to be consistent. And, if there's any emergency needs or things like that, we can just quickly respond to each other. And that way we can kind of cross any barriers or needs that may come across. Next is to consistently check attendance for accuracy and logging offline time. So I'm going to talk to you in just a little bit about what the parent portal looks like, but you can have your parent portal on the Canvas app on your phone. So doing that on your phone would definitely help with, checking attendance and logging offline time, daily for your students and just helping them keep track of all of that. Being in a virtual setting, you guys do assume a lot of responsibility when it does come to those things. So we want to make sure that you know all of your resources and all of your tools that you can use to help your students be successful in this area. Next is just ensuring that internet connectivity and arranging transportation to and from any required state testing. So just again, make sure that you have great connection, internet connection at home. If you do not have an internet connection or you lose internet, just try to communicate that to your teachers so that they are aware of that. But also state testing, we do in-person state testing one time a year, and that'll be in the springtime. So just mark your calendars for April, May time for in-person testing. So just make sure that we have transportation to and from the required state testing. And these testing sites will be close to your home area. So you won't have to travel anywhere super far. We'll try to, you can have a testing site near you. And then the last one is just report any technical issues or missing material. So just reaching out to teachers or our success team or just the correct person to report any technical issues so that we can assist you guys in that aspect as well. So this is the Canvas parent portal that I was talking to you about. So you guys all have login credentials as parents. And so this is great to use to your advantage because you can communicate with teachers, you can check your students' grades, you can check their attendance. So you can oversee and watch everything that they do on the Canvas platform, which is great to have. So you want to make sure that you are, taking advantage of that and accessing the parent portal as often as you can. And one way to do that is by getting the app on your phone. So you can get the Canvas app, and then you can log in as the parent and just making sure that you're checking this daily. And this is what it looks like when you do log into the Canvas portal. You can also view your students' grades in Canvas, among other things. But if you are going in to view their grades, you just go to the courses on the left side right there as it shows in the screen, and then it'll take you to the course that you chose to look at. And then once you go into the course, you'll be able to see many options on the left-hand side, and one of the options are grades. So if you just click on the grade, you can see the grade that the student has in the course. And then you can also see specific grades for specific assignments that they've already submitted. So on the bottom here, it says viewing grades on your child's Canvas account is easy. Students have immediate access to the status and feedback of submitted assignments. And I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Gladney, and she's going to talk to you a little bit more about attendance tips.
Okay, so students are expected to attend all live lesson sessions, be on time, ready to learn with cameras on. If for chance your student needs to be out, they will record the session, so make sure you go back and view whatever you missed. And make sure you send any of your excuses, your absences, doctor notes, whatever it is, make sure you send it to that email there on the screen. It's attendance@vprepfla.org. Log offline time to document any time spent on educational activities outside of Canvas. I will talk about that more on the next slide. And stay on top of this daily. Plan to make time at the end of the day to ensure attendance is current. Okay, submitting offline time. Students and learning coaches can also submit offline time from the course card. So to do this, you'll go into Canvas, click on log offline time, find the activity you want to add time to, complete the required fields for submission, and click submit. Examples of when you would submit offline attendance is when the student is reading, they're watching educational television, things like National Geographic, a documentary, the History Channel, if they're studying, doing any kind of physical activity. And a couple examples of that is running, hiking, weightlifting, playing sports. And any art projects, a design, a drawing, a craft and creation, and a music creation.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So we're going to be talking about the Coach's Corner in Canvas. And what the Coach's Corner is it's essentially going to look like another course card in Canvas. And your student will be invited to Coach's Corner only if we feel or the teachers feel that the student needs support with re-engagement or motivation. And this is where we'll be able to hold live sessions with your students. And in Coach's Corner, we also have different resources and strategies that they can access to help them achieve their goals. So now we're going to talk about what is a success plan. So a success plan is an individualized student-centered plan that engages every student based on their unique interests and strengths, helping them become successful in the virtual environment. Now, a success plan is created together with the student and the parent, so that way both the parents and the students are able to give their input and give ideas and also help create their own goals on how they're going to be more successful. It also provides the students support in achieving their goals, and it creates a communication highway between the student and school staff supporting the student. Now, this page, I would go ahead and maybe just take a picture of this so that way you guys have this on hand. This is information about the student success coaches and our office hours. So Student Services is here to support VPA of Florida students and families with engagement strategies. If you have any follow-up questions, please reach out for additional support. Now there are 3 success coaches, and I am Ms. Suarez. I do K-5, and my information is right there. Ms. Jandrew does 6th to 8th grade, and her information is also there. And then along with Miss Nunez, she does 9th through 10th grade. So I would just make sure that you're reaching out to the student success coach that applies to your child and their grade. We also have open office hours Thursdays and Fridays at 3 to 4 p.m.
Good evening again, everyone. I'm Kelly Bowl, school counselor for elementary school, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about parent-teacher conferences. At any point in time, if you need to reach out to the teacher and set up a conference, please do so. Also, if there's any ever time where you would like some support for your teacher conference, please contact your designated school counselor. If you need to meet with your student's teacher, the school counselor will schedule and facilitate that meeting. Again, I'm Kelly Bull. I'm the school counselor for grades K through 5, and Miss Brittany Gladley is the school counselor for grades 6 through 10. Meetings are held via Teams, just like we're meeting tonight. A link will be sent to your email address that is on file. It's best to join from a computer, as teachers can assist you with walking through Canvas if need be. If you have any questions about Canvas, if you have your computer right there, it's very helpful and they can help navigate that. The meeting time is a chance for teachers to discuss successes, grades, review work samples, discuss missing assignments, ways to improve, and solutions moving forward. It's a great time to ask questions and discuss any concerns. And I know teacher conferences will be coming up very shortly for the fall, and they will be reaching out to the parents.
All right, good evening again. So you've met some of our staff here. So the student success team is here, which consists of myself, which is the student success overseeing the department, and our school counselors and our 3 student success coaches. We also have our attendance specialist, Daniela Sanjuro, and Miss Elaine Ruiz is our registrar. And you met Miss Brenda Santiago as our head of school. Dr. Melissa Stokey Larson is our principal. Dr. Amber Pennington is our assistant principal. Jerisha Rivera is our operations manager. Joanna Ernst is our ESE coordinator. Tanya Dix is our ESE coordinator. Tanya Dix is our ESOL coordinator, and Laura Gilbert is our testing coordinator. We do have some upcoming events, which is our future parent nights. We will be doing them monthly, which will be the last Wednesday of the month. So our next event is on November 29th. So make sure that you are keeping these events in mind, marking them on your calendar. All events are going to be starting at 5:30 p.m. We actually are going to have this session in Spanish starting at 6:30 this evening. So if you would like to stay and hear the session in Spanish, we will be offering that, and we will be offering some of the other parent nights in Spanish as well. We do send out a newsletter monthly. You may see texts or emails regarding the newsletter with some great information. So our October newsletter, just to go through that, we have some great information there, so that we're just connecting that there. All right. So we'll always start that with a message from our principal, Dr. Stokey Larson, and she'll give us some important updates at the beginning. And we have important dates and reminders at the beginning of the newsletter. We also have some family reminders. Our open house was last week. Testing updates are always included in the newsletter. Attendance reminders are included in the newsletter. We want to remind you the importance of attendance, and if you have absences, where to report them. We did go through the offline tracker this evening, and the importance of logging those hours to meet your daily attendance. We went through the Power School Parent Portal, but if you need the link or the step-by-step instructions, I did put them in the chat, and they are also in the newsletter. We will always include our parent night information here. This was for this evening. And I'm going to be talking about that in just a moment, so if you want to go down. Okay, Along is actually a tool that our teachers are using in the classroom. It's a connection builder between the teachers and students. So students are going to be sending out, or teachers will be sending out weekly questions, and students will be answering those. We're doing those with our secondary students in grades 6 through 10. So you'll see more information on that there. And that's information on New Worlds Reading. And we always include our mental health and mindfulness information and some things that you can do at home with your students, just to take a moment out of each day to be mindful and make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And we always also have a healthy choices section, which our PE teacher provides some great information and some healthy reminders for each month. And National Bullying Prevention Month is in October. We're actually having a day next week on October 18th where everyone is to wear orange. We're sending out that information to our teachers and families so that everyone will wear orange and just to recognize and make awareness for National Bullying Prevention Month and the importance of that. So there's some great information there as well. We include information on our character trait of the month. So this month is responsibility, and teachers nominate students in each of their classes who are responsible. So this is just a great recognition for the students, and the students receive a certificate at the end of the month. And our staff member of the month is Miss Perini. So you see a picture and some great information about her. And she was nominated by the staff. And then we include our celebration and fun facts for the month. So it is it's Hispanic Heritage Month. And we have just different things that students are doing within the classroom. And those are included here in the newsletter. All right, so there's an art project, and we'll include resources. We include also uh, we have our website, our social media, and all of that information is included here. So if you're not following us on Facebook and Instagram, make sure that you join those pages because we send out a lot of information each week on there as well. I do see a question, where do you go to find the newsletter? So the newsletter is always under resources on our website, and we keep the newsletters on there for the year. So if you saw some information one month that you want to go back to, they will be there for the remainder of the year. All right, if you want to go back to the presentation. Okay, so the Parent Advisory Council, there is a forms link here in the presentation. It's also included in the newsletter, and it's a time for parents to get together to assist on providing input for the school on educational priorities of the school and based on achievement data. It's to offer advice on a variety of school issues and promote and encourage parent and community participation in the school. We would involve, so we would love for you to join our first meeting, which we will be holding soon, and provide communication link between the school and the community. And if there's any concerns, from students and parents and community members in coming together and finding solutions together for that. So we will be having that meeting. I will be running the meeting. So I would love for you to join and fill out the form, and I will get further information to you. All right. And if you would all please complete this survey, it those of you that complete the survey will receive a special certificate from us at the end for attending tonight as our first parent night of the year. We are so happy that we had so many attendees for our first night, and thank you so much for being here. So the link to the survey we can put here in the chat. Get that link to you. So if you want to just look at the questions that are there. And I will put that link here. Okay, and the next slide. So thank you so much for attending. If you would, if you don't have your camera on, if you wouldn't mind just turning on your camera, we are just gonna take a picture and we're gonna include it in our next newsletter for November.
My hearing done.
All right. All right, thank you so much. So that concludes our parent night in English. If you have questions, I guess let's review the chat, see what questions we have there. And if there's other questions, if you want to put in the chat or raise your hand and we can answer those. I see a parent said that your password is not working. If you want to, you could send me an email and we can figure that out. I'll put my email in the chat. Okay, so the link for the survey is in the meeting. What is the purpose of submitting offline time? So submitting offline time is, so we talked about those required hours for students, and a part of attending the live lessons, also doing assignments and doing the offline time calculates to your hours. So you want to make sure that you're submitting any offline time so that you are meeting the required hours for students for attendance. And so if you don't do that, I mean, you may have enough hours required during the live lessons and doing assignments, but I do recommend because submitting them, because a lot of the times you're probably doing the students doing activities that you're not even realizing would account for schoolwork, such as physical activity outside or things like that, reading a book, that you want to make sure that you're getting that time for that will count for schoolwork. We did record the meeting, so there will be a recording. We'll make sure that that gets posted. I'm just going through the questions. Okay. Any other questions that I did not answer? Do you get a notification if your student misses a live session? You can always communicate with that teacher, and you won't get a notification, but unless if the student is not meeting the required time. But I recommend reaching out to that teacher and communicating with them regarding live sessions. Um, okay. I see Miss Jandrew is answering some of the questions. All right. Well, thank you so much. Miss Santiago, you have your hand raised.
Yes, I noticed that Dr. Stucky Larson is joining us. I think she got lost in in all the list of all the
yes.
wonderful people joining us. So was just wondering if she would like to say hello to our parents.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm so happy to see so many people joining us tonight. And it was lovely to hear all of the success team give the presentation. So thank you all for coming, and to our success team for putting on our presentation.
Thank you. I see a parent says they need login information for your son for next Wednesday. So information for next week's cohort will go out this Friday. Thank you, Ms. Andrew. You also responded. Dixie Haynes, you had a question?
Is there a transcript of this chat that will be available once we finish? Is that available with the recording?
The recording, not the transcript of the chat, but the recording will be available. We'll
Okay.
make sure that that gets posted.
All right, thank you.
Information regarding electives. For secondary, Miss Gladney does our scheduling for middle and high school. And for elementary school, Miss Jerisha Rivera and Elaine Ruiz do our scheduling. So you could reach out to them regarding classes. All right. Okay. We do encourage you to attend if you have further questions to attend the live office hours that were posted in the session here. We do have them twice per week. So feel free to join us every week during those live office hours or reach out to us by phone or email, and we'll be happy to assist you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Again, we are going to have another session that will be starting at 6:30. Have a great evening.
Thank you. We appreciate you
Thank
guys
you.
putting this
Goodbye.
together.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you and good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Miss Edmond, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, my name is Carmen Castro. I just got a question.
Yes.
Why the schedule for the classes are not listed in the agenda?
So our teachers, they test the students, and the students are put in courses by groups. So depending on their group time, and their live session times. So we do encourage our students to go to homeroom, communicate with their homeroom teacher, and get their scheduled times for the classes that they go into. What grade is your student in?
6 and 7.
6th and 7th?
Yes.
And when did the student just recently begin?
They started in September. Oh, they were following the agenda, but we didn't know. And I guess they missed a lot of classes because they followed the agenda, like the homework and stuff like that. And I asked them, you got classes? Mommy, no, we followed the agenda. And they only give a homework and there's the homeroom in the morning.
Okay, so they haven't attended their other live sessions. What's
No,
the name of the
they're doing it.
students?
They're doing it now because
they
I
are
was
doing it
fighting with
now.
them all the time. I was like,
Okay.
you shouldn't have no classes. That makes no sense to me. But now, because I was fighting with them, I guess they find a way to say, Mommy, now we got class. Oh, now you got the classes, huh?
Okay. Okay.
But now they're doing classes, but in the beginning, because we will follow the agenda, and I look at the agenda, it's no classes, just homework. And I found that weird, but I didn't know how to do it either.
Right. Okay. If you still have questions regarding the live sessions, I did put my email in the chat, and we can schedule a time to meet to discuss further. But if you feel like they're okay with attending their live sessions now, then I
No,
encourage
now
them
I'm
to continue
aware.
to
No, now
attend.
I'm aware. I'm with them all the time, and now they're doing the classes. But in the beginning, they didn't do
Okay.
it because they didn't know how to do it either.
Okay.
They knew they didn't understand how to do it. The grades
Right.
are a little low, but from now on, I know they're gonna be good. Because my daughter last year was an honor student. Now she's like, "Mommy, look at my grades." I said, "Yeah, but what happened?" Because of that, because they didn't know how to go to their live class.
Okay.
But trust me, they're gonna do better because I'm gonna be on the case. They were confused. They didn't know how to do it. Me
I'm
neither.
sorry about that.
No, but that's okay. But I thought it was gonna be on the agenda all the time.
Yeah, the schedule is working a little bit differently this year where we have, those groups set up for the teachers.
Oh,
With
okay.
the teachers,
No.
yeah.
Okay, no, they will catch up. They at least they're up to date with all the the homework, the missing,
Yeah.
whatever Brogy was behind. But the classes, I was worried of. But I think they're gonna catch up. But next time they're gonna be up. They're a little low this time because they're low, but they're gonna catch up. I know them. I apologize
right.
for that. I know they missed a lot of classes, but they didn't know. It's their fault because they didn't find out sooner. But
Is their
it's
last
a lesson
name
for them.
Castro also?
Yes.
The student
One of them is
Castro?
Castro, the other one is Davila Castro.
Okay.
But they're gonna catch up. It's their fault because they didn't find out sooner, but it's a lesson for them. They need to learn how to ask questions. I was telling them, ask the teacher, but they didn't listen to mom. But they're gonna learn. But I appreciate it for the answer. I need to know this one.
You're
Thank you very much.
welcome. You're welcome. Have a great night.
Same to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. ¿Cómo le engancho esto? Aquí.
Ms. Ammon, are we going to stay on this link until
is
the
the
Spanish
same-
session starts?
It is the same link. You're welcome to leave and come back if you would like, since it doesn't start till 6:30.
You might
Up to
want to
you.
stop the
Up to you.
recording so then you record in Spanish.
That is true. I'm going to do that right now.